Hello everyone. Today I decided to help one person with some simple task in Defold. It's about scaling game objects with within the window, which can be resized, and he wants to maintain certain positions on the screen when the window is resized. He has some code posted on the forum, and it was a week ago, and only today I got a chance to look at it. He provided a project. The project is here, and if I run it, I get this window, and if we resize it, we don't get much of the window resizing action. So let's try to fix it, make it something usable. So the main collection currently is called Bad Decisions. Right here we have all the arms, just copies of them with basically the same sprite but different Z positions. You know what, we can replace it with factory objects. Yeah, let's do it first. Let's get rid of, we won't touch this for a moment, but we will create something here. Let's create let's create a factory. For a factory we need a game object file. Let it be player arm, and the player arm will have sprite of a hand. It's quite big. Okay, and we will need another factory for the label. Let's use his font. Okay. Now in the collection, I don't know what is that. Let's delete it. I don't know why, just because. Let's call it maybe main. Let's delete all the arms. And create factory for player arm. And the player label. Okay, now let's go to the BD script. Let's rename it to main. I don't know why, I just like it this way. in the init. There's a listener for the resize callback. Do we need it? Probably not. Not today. On input, let's delete it as well. Update we don't need either. Okay, so we have init. Render script. Where's the render script? You're using the standard render script, don't you? Render, built-in render, default render. Right. We will need a custom render script actually. Oh, and let's rename our collection from bad decisions to good decisions. Okay, main script. Init 135 is flipped. Okay. Something like that. Okay, now let's code. We will have 6 arms, and 6 arms is 2 by 3 for y from, let's say, -1 to 1, do for x -1 1/2, do and local player arm factory create URL player arm. What's the next? I always forget. I think it's position. But we don't need the position here. And but we will have self player indicators table. Okay, we have player arm, local player label, and now let's insert them into the self player indicator table. Something like that. If we run it, we will get, we are getting something, and with error, attempt to perform arithmetic on global arm. Where is that? Oh, of course. Nice. Okay, we're not using X and Y yet. Probably let's add it here. What next? Next, we will need a custom render script. Let's rename. And edit. Okay, fixed projection. We will use another module. Let's create it in a new folder. I usually do libs. Module. Let it be screen.lua. And it would hold information about our window size. Which is going to be filled from the render script. Okay. Screen width. So the script will hold the current values of the window width and height, and we can put screen width, screen height into the set viewport. We are using the entire screen, and the main part is the projection. What's stretch projection? Stretch, get width, get height, near, far. Let's use -0.5 screen width, 2.5 screen width, which is basically the same as the render get width and height, and a similar thing for the height. I like this layout better because the 0 coordinate is at the center of the screen. So it's basically stretch, but with the middle of the screen being the 0 value. Okay, we have now player N ready, and our hands. Why the label is not at the center of the screen? That's interesting. It's because our main game object has a position. Okay, so 0 is here, which should not be the case. It's because the font is GUI, of course. Let's copy it here. Why I can't paste it here? Font DF material. Copy. Render. Paste. Okay. In the render script, We have tile, text, particle, sprite is tile as far as I remember. So let's use it in the text as well. And apply it to our label. And now it's in the center of the screen as I wanted. Nice. Okay, now we need somehow to tell our main script that we want certain values updated in our scene. And how can we do that? Let's create in the screen module a table for resize listeners. And in the main script, we will insert ourselves this main script. Ourselves. Resize listeners. Okay, and in the render script, we will listen for the window resized message. And when this happens, we are going to iterate over resize listeners. And post a message to them. The window has been resized. And we can use new values from the screen module. Oops, forgot to index. Field width not specified in table. Oh, I know why. This is because window resized is taking name and we can't use it. We need to rename it. That's called on resize. Now we're getting correct values. This is good. And we need to tell the main script that what are the current screen coordinates, because if we try to look it up in the init. We will get just zeros because at the moment, at the init state, it's not available. Maybe if I do it here. This is actually working. Awesome. Okay, so screen width, screen height here and here. This is important, and we update the listeners when the window is resized. Okay, now we can do some fun stuff, like let's create a function let's call it reLayout. And we are going to call it at the end of the init function and inside the onMessage. So each time we are receiving the onResize message, we will relay out our UI elements. Now the fun part begins. So let's iterate over player indicators. And let's compute the positions of each arm and label. So we must vector free pix 0.4 screen width. Let's say it like this. Quarter of the screen for the Y coordinate. Let's say 0. And now we need to set the position of the arm. And probably a label. Yay, we now have our hands at the correct positions, not at scale, but they are positioned properly now. Okay, let's scale them down a little bit. What should I call it? So the original height of an arm, where is the atlas? It's quite big. It's 856. Okay, let's use that number. And let's say we want the arm to be scaled to have to be a quarter of the screen height. Now we need to divide by arm height. Arm scale. Probably this would work. Not 0, 1, of course. Okay, now we have something that looks much nicer. Let's flip left hands. So we want to flip the left hands, and the left is when the x value is -1. Nice. So what's not the best is the pivot point. So we need to align our hands to be at the right edge of the screen. So I'm saying the position is 0.4, but it actually should be 0.5, and that's exactly the middle of a hand, and we need to fix that. Now we need to offset arms by half of their width towards the center of the screen. And their width is by 1500. We need to scale the width of the arm according to our computations and take half of that and bring it to the opposite position. So now we have hands at the sides of the screen perfectly aligned by the edge of the window. Now we need to probably change the text and move it up a little bit. And that would be arm scale Y by arm height, and I don't know, maybe half. No. Very funny. Now half is a bit too much. Maybe third. Yeah, that's about right. And change the text. Idea over here. As simple as that. We just create a new variable of the idea and increment it in the inner for loop for each of the arm. One, two, three, four, five, six. Is it the desired layout? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost. So we need to change the Y coordinate to be, so the 1 would be here and 2 would be here. How are we going to change it? This way. So we'll count backwards for the Y coordinate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that is working now. High five. Oh no, not high five. Fist bump. Let's do fist bump. 1. Yay! Nice. So this is it. It took a long time, but it's working pretty good. I hope 88 Josh, I helped you. Maybe a bit late, but maybe you have learned something new from this video. I hope other viewers have enjoyed it as well. Please subscribe to my channel. You can also support me on Patreon. And yeah, leave questions on the forums. I might answer your question as well in the video forum. See ya!